folks, welcome to today's football predictions on Betcraft. Another very beautiful day, beautiful Tuesday morning. Once again, we're back with our predictions as usual. All right, we always look at football matches that are going on across the globe, and we select a few of these matches from the laws that's going on, and look into those ones and look at the previous games that they had using those statistics. We will bring in the best possible verdict forward for you. That's what we do on a daily basis, all right? And exactly what we're going to do in a short while. But we also want to remind you to remember to join our VIP membership. We'll put out games that we believe to be, having more likelihood of coming out correctly. You can always find a link to join our VIP channel membership, VIP special, from the description of this very video, as well as anywhere you see subscribe or join around this very video can lead you to access to the VIP membership for a token. All right. That being said, without further ado, we head to the business of today. We'll start with the very first game. It is an English game. It's actually English Cup match. Where we'll have League Cup. We'll have Barnet coming up against Newport County. Okay, and when you look at stats for each of these two sides, you can see that Barnet in the last 6 matches have won 3 matches and drawn 2. They've also lost 1. And the away side, and Newport have managed just 1 victory, 3 draws, as well as 2 losses in the last 6 games that they have so far. All right, when you take a look at how the two teams fared from home and away perspective, you can see that Barnet, the home side, in the last 10 home matches have been able to achieve 6 victories and 3 draws in the last 10 home matches. They've also lost 1 game and out of the last 10 home matches that they had so far. And the away side, on the other hand, Newport have managed 2 victories from away, 2 draws, but have also lost 6 matches in the last 10 away games. All right, that tells you that this is not a very good side we're playing from away. But even though they managed to achieve 2 victories in the last 10 away matches that they have so far, all right, and although the last time both teams met was actually 2 years ago, 23 December, and Newport won on that very occasion by 4-1 against Barnet. But here we are going with the home side, Barnet, to not lose. Judging by the recent results that they're having from home, we expect them to either win or draw here, and yet we're not going to see a lot of goals. Home win or draw and under 4.5. That's what we expect for that very game. All right, we head to the next. It is in the UEFA Champions League qualifying match. We'll have second leg where we'll have Kairat Almaty coming up against the KuPS. Okay, and for Kairat, it is 3 victories and 2 draws out of the last 6 games that they had. They also lost 1. And KuPS, on the other hand, have won 3 games and they've also drawn 3. And when you look at how the two teams fare from home, we could see that Kairat have done so very well from home. In the last 10 home matches have resulted to them winning 8 games and drawing 1. In the last 10 home matches, they've also lost 1 out of those. And the away side, KuPS, on the other hand, have had 3 victories from away, and they've also had 5 draws as well as 2 losses in the last 10 away games that they had so far. And the last time both teams met was actually the first leg of this very tie. We saw KuPS on that very occasion winning against Kairat by 2-0. And in this very one, we are going with the home side, Kairat, to do very well here and win outrightly in this very encounter. So home win outrightly, that's what valid for that very one. All right, and we head straight to the next for today, and it is a game in the Iceland First Division where we have Reykjavik coming up against Grindavik. All right, and we look at the home side at all. In the last 6 matches, they've been able to achieve 4 victories and a draw, as well as 1 loss out of the last 6 games that they had. And the away side, Grindavik, winning just once, but they've lost 5 games out of the last 6 recent encounters. All right, and bringing it down to how the two teams perform from home and away perspective, you can see that for the home side, Reykjavik, the home side, in the last 10 home matches have resulted to 5 victories and 3 draws in the last 10 home games. They've also lost 2 matches out of those. And the away side, on the other hand, Grindavik have managed to achieve 5 victories as well in the last 10 away matches, but also they've had a draw as well as 4 losses out of those matches they had from away. And when you look at the recent results for these sides, you can see for Grindavik, the last 10 away games have produced over 2.5 severally, 9 times out of 10. And the home side also have seen over 2.5 severally as well. It is over 2.5 6 times out of the last 10 home appearances. And on head-to-head basis, the last time both teams met, it was a 3-4 victory for Tor from away on that very occasion, and prior to that we saw them playing a 3-0 victory against Tor. So for the last 4 meetings between the two sides, it has always produced over 2.5. And when we put all that together, all the stats, even the last 10 meetings between the two sides, producing over 2.5 8 times out of 10. So we are going with the over 2.5 in this very one, a minimum of 3 goals to occur in this very encounter, and over 2, that's provided for that very one. All right, and we head to the last game for today. It is also in the first division of Iceland. So we have Throttur coming up against the Fylkir. All right, and for the home side and the recent games that they had so far, we saw Throttur having 3 victories in the last 6 matches, and they've also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the last 6 games that they had so far. And the Fylkir, on the other hand, the away side have managed just 1 win and a draw. They've also lost 4 games out of the last 6 matches that they had so far. When you look at how the two teams fared from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side, Reykjavik have had 3 victories and also 3 draws as well. And they've also lost 4 matches out of the last 10 appearances from home. And the away side, on the other hand, the Fylkir, 3 victories as well. Also, they've had 4 draws as well as 3 losses. Again, when we look closely at the, at the results in recent times, you could see that Reykjavik, have been scoring lots of goals in the last 10 home matches for the home side. They've been averaging over 2.5. They had over 2.5 8 times out of the last 10 home matches that they had so far, and they've been averaging a minimum of 2 goals per home game that they have so far. And for the away side also, we could see that the last 10 away games that they had also produced over 2.5. 7 times out of 10 rather, 7 times out of 10 over 2.5. And on head-to-head basis also, the last time they both this made it, although it was Throttur who won from away on that very occasion, it was also over 2.5. And as a matter of fact, the last head-to-head meeting between the two sides produced over 2.5 on 8 occasions out of the last 10 meetings between the two sides. So over 2.5 is a very, very likely result in this very one. So we will be going with the goals to occur in this very one as well, and we expect to see a minimum of 3 goals to occur here, and over 2.5. That's our verdict, okay? And that will conclude it for us today on Betcraft, on the free version of our predictions. The remainder of these games will be on our VIP membership, VIP special, where we put out some of the games that we believe to be much more likelihood of coming out correctly. All right. Also remember to play responsibly, as these are football matches. All right. Sometimes it may not be exactly what it presents. Some other factors might come in, to disrupt what was expected, from this football match. All right. That being said, remember tomorrow is another day. We'll definitely be back with our predictions. Remember to join our VIP. Don't forget to do that so that you also enjoy the perks on that very VIP. All right. Tomorrow is another day, but until that time, keep winning.